As we walk into the park, we feel like tiny ants. The mountains are so high, they seem to touch the clouds. We look up and realize that humans have only been here for the blink of an eye compared to these ancient rocks. Welcome to Zion Canyon. This is one of the most beautiful places we've ever seen. And all mountains around. Today, we are exploring one of the most famous spots in all of Zion Canyon, the Emerald Pools hike. The long walk from the visitor center is over and the shuttle ride is behind us. Now, we are standing right at the start of the trail. But this isn't just a normal walk in the woods. This hike is like a giant natural staircase that leads to a hidden oasis. Most of Zion is dry, hot, and made of red rock, but we are heading toward a place where the mountain actually weeps water. There are 3 different levels to find: the lower, the middle, and the upper pools. It's like a treasure hunt, but instead of gold, we're looking for sparkling water, hanging gardens, and giant waterfalls hidden inside these massive cliffs.
This equipment you can rent for narrows.
Oh.
So cool combination of colors. With it. When you see something the first time. Amazing.
Yeah, I can't believe you've never been here.
You didn't like hiking before me? Yeah.
Did you know? Back in the 1860s, a lone settler named Isaac Behunin built a small cabin right in the heart of this canyon. Overwhelmed by the towering red cliffs and the serenity of the valley, he felt he had found a truly holy place. He famously remarked, A man can worship God among these cathedrals as well as in any man-made church, and officially named his homestead Zion. But there's a funny twist. When the leader of his church, Brigham Young, eventually came to visit, he didn't share the sentiment. Young believed Zion was a sacred name reserved for a future spiritual utopia, not a rugged canyon in the middle of Utah. Pointing at the massive peaks, he reportedly declared, "This is not Zion." The locals had a great sense of humor about the rejection. For years afterward, they mockingly referred to the area as not Zion. It wasn't until much later, long after both men had passed, that Isaac's original name finally stuck and the not was officially dropped.
Man-made waterfall.
Here's a nice one.
Jealous knowing we found something so out of the ordinary. You got me kissing the ground, the sanctuary. Try to be what you taught, we're all returning to dust. The angels up in the clouds are jealous knowing we found.
So there's the thing. If we go here, it's gonna be a loop. But remember, we have one more there, so it's that way. I offered to go to see this one and then go back and go here. Because we are like here on the... Because we're gonna miss.
Lower down there? Oh.
Imagine if you could build a sandcastle as tall as a skyscraper. A long, long time ago, way before the dinosaurs, this whole place was a giant desert. The wind piled the sand into massive dunes, and over millions of years, nature pressed down on that sand so hard that it turned into the red rock we see today. But these mountains weren't always split open. A river started eating away at the rock bit by bit like a slow-motion chainsaw. It took 2 million years to carve this canyon. So when we look at these cliffs, we are actually looking at a time machine made of stone.
After a long hike, we finally reached the first emerald pool around 5 p.m. We had been looking forward to this moment for miles, but when we finally stood at the edge of the water, it wasn't exactly what we had pictured. Instead of the vibrant gemstone green water you see in professional travel photos, the pool was a bit more underwhelming. However, since it wasn't the rainy season, this was actually to be expected. Without the consistent flow of rainwater and the dramatic waterfalls that usually feed the area, still, we didn't let the duller colors dampen our spirits. The sun was beginning to dip lower in the sky, casting long shadows across the canyon walls, so we decided to keep our momentum going. After a quick breather and a few photos of the quiet grotto, we tightened our laces and started the climb toward the second emerald pool, hoping the higher elevation would offer a different perspective.
Huh? Sounds is good.
It's a nice climb. Now we have to go all the way up there.
Let's do it. I already feel like we are hiking for 2 days.
Whoa, look at the size of this thing.
We almost there. Look how many. So it's.
As the sun continued to dip lower, we finally reached the second emerald pool. And it was definitely a step up from the first. Even with the fading light, you could tell this pool had much more potential. The water was clearer here, and you could really see how the light plays off the surface. It's pretty clear that if the sun were directly overhead, this pool would glow with that classic emerald green color everyone talks about. If you're planning a trip here, I definitely recommend timing your hike for earlier in the day when the sun is high in the sky to get the full effect. With the daylight quickly disappearing, we didn't linger too long. We took a moment to appreciate the view and then pushed forward, eager to see what the third and final emerald pool had in store for us before it got too dark.
He asked me to give him the camera.
Because the steps are very slippery.
Yeah, but be careful. Please. Please.
So another tip, if you come here, make sure to have some shoes that has grips, because this is very slippery. It's like sandy and then rocks. So very bad combination.
We warn you.
Those mountain ridges are so high up. See that? I think November is the best time to come here, like I said before, because it's the colors. There's like so many different colors. Lower Emerald Pool.
We did alive.
Finally, we reached the third and final emerald pool, and this one was definitely the highlight of the trail. The coolest part about this spot is that there is a waterfall you can actually walk behind. Standing there with the massive canyon wall on one side and a curtain of water on the other was an incredible experience. Even though the waterfall wasn't a thundering roar during our visit, it was still a great sight.